What's up, everyone? So today we're diving into something seriously dark. We're talking about Missouri. Yeah, that seemingly peaceful state with rolling hills and quiet neighborhoods. But trust me, some of the most twisted true crime cases in American history happened right here. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters who suggested this topic. You guys wanted it, so here we go. Fair warning though, these stories are absolutely insane, so buckle up. Let's get into 3 of Missouri's darkest true crime nightmares. Alright, so picture this. It's the 1970s. Everyone's freaking out about serial killers because America's just realizing these monsters are actually real. You've got Bundy, Gacy, the Zodiac. All these names are dominating the headlines. But while everyone's focused on these guys, there's another predator quietly operating in the Midwest, mainly Missouri. This guy, he didn't wear a mask, didn't send creepy letters to the cops. He just killed, efficiently, methodically, like clockwork. At least 7 confirmed victims, probably way more. And by the time authorities started connecting the dots, boom, he vanished into thin air. They call him the Missouri River Killer. And here's the creepy part. Nobody knows who he was. To this day, between 1975 and 1992, women started turning up dead along the Missouri River corridor, especially around Kansas City and St. Louis. These weren't random victims either. Most were sex workers or women struggling with addiction. People society basically ignored, strangled, beaten, and here's where it gets really disturbing. Some were posed. Like Rita Brisby's in 1982, found with her arms stretched above her head, legs spread apart, deliberately positioned to shock whoever found her. Then Brenda Pruitt in 86, arms folded across her chest like some sick mock burial. This wasn't just murder, this was a ritual. Total power trip over the victims even after death. Most of these women didn't make national news, and honestly, that might have been the whole point. This killer knew exactly who to target to create as little noise as possible. At first, local cops treated these as separate cases. Different cities, different departments, you know how it goes. But a few sharp investigators started noticing the patterns. Same MO, same locations, always near the Missouri River or highways like I-70 and I-435. By 1992, the FBI finally got involved. What they uncovered was seriously messed up. Over a dozen women, all murdered in eerily similar ways. Ligature marks, clothing stripped or messed with, all found near the river or major highways. This spanned almost 2 decades. But even with the FBI on it, there was no smoking gun. No clear suspect. It's like this guy was always one step ahead, reading the papers, watching the news, adjusting his methods just enough to stay invisible. A lot of people think he was a long-haul trucker. Makes sense, right? Women disappearing near truck stops, bodies dumped near freeway exits. A job that lets you travel long distances without raising suspicion, targeting victims living on society's margins. Some investigators also noticed similarities with another unsolved case, the Redhead murders. Late 70s to early 90s, multiple red-haired victims found near highways across several states. Same killer, copycat, or even worse, multiple killers using the same tactics. It gets messier. Between 1990 and 93, some victims were found with severed limbs. So do you connect all these cases even though the methods are different? Or are you looking for multiple psychopaths? Authorities never figured it out. They did look into one guy, Gregory Breeden, a supply clerk. He knew some of the victims had a violent history, gave conflicting statements to police. He even said, "Everybody thinks I'm the worst monster in the world because of all this, and I've done absolutely nothing wrong." But there was no forensic evidence linking him to any murders. Eventually, the killings just stopped. Or at least bodies stopped turning up. Despite decades of investigation, the Missouri River killer case remains unsolved. He was extremely arrogant, self-assured, thought he was smarter than everybody else around. Asterisk. So here's the thing about St. Louis dentist Dr. Glennon Engelman. He looked like the most trustworthy guy in the world. Clean-cut, soft-spoken, the kind of dentist you'd bring your whole family to without a second thought. Turns out, behind that professional smile was a complete psychopath who saw murder as a business strategy. Engelman graduated from Washington University's dental school in 1954. Just another middle-class guy chasing the American dream, right? He opened his own practice, but he always wanted more. Way more. And he had zero empathy whatsoever. Deadly combination. His first known murder was in 1958. The victim was James Bullock, a 27-year-old newlywed who just married Engelman's former dental assistant, Edna Ruth. Less than a year into their marriage, James was found dead in a remote area single shotgun blast. Oh, and Edna had just taken out a $64,000 life insurance policy on him. That's over $600,000 in today's money. Suspicious as hell, but back then nobody connected the dots. Case went cold. Engelman quietly collected his cut and went back to drilling teeth like nothing happened. What made this guy different from your average hitman? He was methodical. He rarely pulled the trigger himself. Instead, he manipulated women ex-lovers, dental employees, into setting up their husbands or boyfriends. Then they'd collect the insurance money together, with Engelman taking a fat chunk. Over the next 20 years, he orchestrated at least 6 more murders. Maybe more. In 1963, he targeted Peter Halm, the new husband of one of his ex-wives, Carmen Miranda. Again, fresh life insurance policy. Engelman invited Halm to a secluded spot under the pretense of helping with a job. Halm never came back, shot multiple times, execution style. Carmen collected. Engelman vanished back into suburban life. By the 1970s, things got even bolder. In '76, he helped kill the business partner of Eric Fry, who was married to another former assistant. The partner, Arthur Goosewell, was found beaten to death. His wife Vernita died shortly after under mysterious circumstances. More insurance money flowing around, Engelman counting bills in the shadows. But the most horrific plot came in 1977. He was hired to kill 22-year-old Ronald Goosewell, Arthur and Vernita's son, who'd inherited a trust fund. This time, Engelman used a car bomb. When Ronald turned the ignition, boom, vehicle exploded into flames. Gruesome, public, way riskier than his usual work. And he still got away with it. For over 25 years, this guy treated murder like a business. Used lovers for access, structured every killing around insurance payouts, kept his name off any paper trail. He'd only associate with victims once or twice before the murder, always had accomplices to do the dirty work or provide alibis. But in 1980, it all started falling apart. That year, Engelman helped plan the murder of Sophie Barrera, owner of a successful dental lab in St. Louis. She'd recently sued him for unpaid debt, so naturally he decided to blow her up. Planted a bomb in her car. This time, the blast didn't go unnoticed. Investigators, already suspicious after the Goosewell bombing, started connecting the pieces. A major break came when one of Engelman's ex-lovers cracked under pressure, revealing the entire web of murders he'd spun over decades. In 1983, Engelman was arrested. The charges were staggering: multiple counts of murder for hire, mail fraud, conspiracy. He was convicted and pleaded guilty to avoid the death penalty, sentenced to life without parole. From his prison cell, he showed zero remorse. Actually bragged about how clever he'd been, how he manipulated people. He even said, "People will do anything for money." I just helped them get there. Glennon Engelman died behind bars in 1999 at age 72. February morning, 1995. Springfield's Pleasant View Middle School is in chaos. Substitute teachers are scrambling, parents are confused. Everyone's asking the same question: where's Robert Feny? Feny was a popular English teacher, respected, admired, devoted family man. But that Monday, he didn't show up to work. The reason? The night before Sunday evening, he'd come home from a weekend trip to find his wife Cheryl and their 2 young children murdered in their sleep. 6-year-old Tyler, 1-year-old Jennifer, all 3 bludgeoned with a blunt object, probably a baseball bat or metal pipe. Murder weapon was never found. No forced entry, no struggle, no robbery. So, what happened? Robert's story was simple. He'd left Friday for a pre-scheduled teachers' conference at the Lake of the Ozarks, about 110 miles away. Checked into a motel, attended workshops. Sometime between Friday and Sunday, his family was annihilated. But things weren't adding up for investigators. The front desk clerk remembered Robert checking in alone. Normal enough, but he had no luggage, not even an overnight bag. He also didn't attend all the scheduled workshops. And the crime scene? Too clean. Way too clean. Whoever did this walked from room to room, killing one person at a time. No defensive wounds. Nobody even woke up to fight back. These were efficient, calculated murders. Almost professional. Then police uncovered something else. Robert had taken out a $400,000 life insurance policy on Cheryl shortly before the murders. Combined with potential policies on the kids, the payout could exceed $500,000. All going to him. Robert was arrested and put on trial. The prosecution's theory? Yeah, he was at the conference, but he could have easily slipped away, made the 90-minute drive to commit the murders, then headed back before anyone noticed he was gone. The defense hammered the timeline. Robert had alibis from other teachers. No hard evidence placing him in Springfield during the murders. No eyewitnesses, no video, not even a highway toll record. Robert's 911 call was heavily scrutinized. Some said his calm, detached reaction to finding his murdered family was suspicious. Others said it was just shock. After days of testimony, the jury came back with their verdict. Not guilty. Wasn't enough evidence. Robert walked out of that courtroom a free man, though definitely not vindicated. To this day, many people think he got away with murder. Others insist police were too quick to judge, desperate to pin it on the husband because it fit the narrative. It's been 30 years. Nobody's ever been held accountable. The case remains technically unsolved, quietly haunting everyone who remembers it. Family erased, community divided, and a killer still out there somewhere. So there you have it, 3 of Missouri's darkest true crime nightmares. That's a wrap for today. We'll be back Friday with another episode. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Come back to the channel or check out the podcast. Stay safe out there, everyone, and I'll see you very soon.